Welcome back to the fresh episode of Use the News. And today we have 28th October's Indian Express as well as a few articles from the Hindu. Today we have less number of articles, but we can use them. So first article is about the crime bills, that is the Nyaya Sanhita, Bharatiya Nyaya Sanhita, which was recently unveiled in the Lok Sabha. It is an overhaul of the IPC, that is Indian Penal Code that we have. So as per the current needs of current times, we are changing the crime bills. So basically this article talks about the stand taken by parliamentary standing committee members and the issues that they have cited with regards to these bills. So you can read a little bit about this article. That's it. So next news is about the biggest science award go to the men, that is the number of women getting the biggest science awards in India, that is Bhatnagar Prize, is very less. So article talks about that, the reasons for less number of women in higher in research arena, why there are less number of women, what are the problems that are faced by these women. For instance, there is an example of Ms. Mangala Narikar, who is a spouse of renowned scientist Jayant Narikar. She talks about what were the problems that she had to face while pursuing her career. So it's a good read. You can learn a lot about the situation of women in research, and you can use these things in essay. You can use these examples, that like this examples you can use in ethics also, to show how women have to juggle both work and house. Then there are these two articles about the current situation unfolding in Qatar, where sadly 8 Indian citizens who are former Navy officers have been sentenced to death in Qatar. So both the articles talk about how Indian authorities can maneuver through this difficult tightrope walk. What should be done by authorities? What are the relations? What is the situation of relations that India has with Qatar and the larger geopolitical situation in West Asia, and how these situation can affect that one, and also the dependence of India on Qatar for gas exploration is also touched upon here. So you can read about all these things, and especially if you have PSIR optional, it would be even more useful to you. Then we have two quotes to learn today. First one is by Malala Yousafzai, who is a very famous social activist who works for women's education. Though arms can fight terrorists, only education can fight terrorism. It means you can kill a terrorist by the use of force or gun, but you cannot kill terrorism, which is a concept, or the tendency to do terrorist activities can only go with the education. If you educate those people, it would be difficult for these terrorist organizations to brainwash them. So education can help fighting terrorism. Second one is anger and intolerance are enemies of correct understanding, Mahatma Gandhi. So he talks how anger and intolerance hinder our understanding of a situation. All the wars that we can see across the world are nothing but the consequences of anger and intolerance and lack of correct understanding. So that's it for today.